We're beginning to hear from voters ahead of the president's final State of the Union address.
Our journalists in the field questioned several people who attended rallies for various White House candidates. Here's what a few Ted Cruz supporters in Iowa said to our digital campaign reporter, Alan He.
How do you think the State of the Union is?
Well, I consider it pretty poor right at the moment, with all the threats against the nation and in the world. I don't feel our president is acting according to the threats we're having.
I think it could be improved a whole lot.
What's wrong in your mind?
Well, people aren't working, the economy is down, and we need a little promise of security here in our country.
Where do you think the American dream is right now? Is it alive? Is it in trouble? Dead?
Well, right now I'd say it's probably dead.
Really? How come?
Well, just the way things are going. Hopefully if we get a Republican in there, I feel the Republicans having Obamacare I don't think is right, but the Republicans, I haven't heard them offer anything that was any better. Nobody's come up with a plan yet so right now I'm just unhappy with everything.
I think it's being held back a little bit. I think just waiting for the next big thing to happen and it'll kind of blossom a little bit.
Are you going to watch the State of the Union this Tuesday?
No, I never watch it.
And Alan He is with us from Manchester, New Hampshire now. Alan, I think what stuck out to me is that things seem pretty dismal when we listen to all those clips from the people that you spoke to. What stood out to you?
Well, that's right. Just how uniformly pessimistic they were about the state of the economy, the threats from ISIS. But keep in mind that this was a Ted Cruz bus tour throughout northwest Iowa, so it's kind of a self-selecting crowd.
You've been following Ted Cruz for the past week and a half. What is it that he is saying on the stump that seems to be resonating with voters?
Well, it's really his emphasis on national security. One of his biggest applause lines is that we will completely and utterly destroy ISIS. Crowds just go wild for that. After everything that happened last week, the possible North Korean hydrogen bomb test, after the terror arrests in California and Texas, and the shooting of a police officer by an alleged ISIS sympathizer, Ted Cruz brought that up every single time, unprompted.
You know, Meg and I were talking about how Ted Cruz and Donald Trump had been playing nice initially, but very recently Donald Trump has really targeted Ted Cruz, and he's bringing up that whole birther issue again. We were wondering, the people that you talked to, the supporters for Ted Cruz, do you hear anything at all about that issue from them?
So, towards the tail end of the Ted Cruz bus tour, that question came up twice. Voters asked him to clear the air about the issue. When I talked to him afterwards, they seemed to believe him. But again, this was at a Ted Cruz rally. Folks at a Donald Trump rally may walk away convinced.
All right, CBS News digital campaign reporter Alan He, thanks a lot.
Thank you.